Hey, it's your boy, Sergeant Hooked on Heroes, hitting you with another video in our hashtag Power Month video. Happy Power Month to all, and to all a more phenomenal month. If you don't know, August 28th is National Power Rangers Day, and is the day that we celebrate the franchise, so we're taking the whole month to celebrate it. And I'm putting out these little videos throughout the month. This is the most badass moments in every season of Power Rangers. So yeah, and I do apologize if it gets a little tiresome if you're watching all these videos in a playlist. That I say it every time. I'm just trying to make sure new fans, new people getting into it understand everything. So you can kind of skip ahead to like the minute or the 2 minute mark about, and then that's probably where I'll be talking about the normal stuff. So yeah, but today is going to be talking about Power Rangers Lost Galaxy. So, Power Rangers Lost Galaxy is a pretty good season. I would say it's kind of the true epilogue of the Zordon era in a lot of different ways. The way that it continues on certain storylines and little beats from things from in space, and a certain character that comes back into it that is going to be one of my most badass moments. But overall, it's a really good season. I really like Lost Galaxy. I've rewatched it at least twice now, I think, since watching it initially when I was younger. And it holds up. It's got a really good story set up. I really enjoy the team overall. And the time and effort they put into like making each character feel like a full-on character. I like that the Blue for once is not just the basic listen to orders, second in command techie person. They're that, but then they also have like a bit of a cynical side to themselves where they're not usually like 100% ready to work with people all the time. They think that their ideas are the best, blah, blah, blah. And I like seeing that in some of the character archetypes we get here. Leo is a fantastic red. Pretty much the entire team is great. Kendricks, I cannot remember Yellow's name and I feel awful about it. And Green is great. I can't remember. I know it's Reggie is the actor's name. But, and so is Leo's brother Mike as well. They are a fantastic cast. It's a fantastic season. I really like Chirkina. She's probably one of my favorite villains of all time because she actually has an arc, and her whole thing with like Deviant is amazing. So, but let's get to the most badass moments. So the most badass moment to me, and there'll be some honorable mentions in just a minute here, is absolutely the episode where Karone comes back into the picture. If you don't know Karone was in Space, and this is spoilers for both In Space and for Lost Galaxy, but she in Space is Andros' sister. She also was kidnapped at a young age by Darkonda and forcibly turned into Astronema, essentially the main villainess in Space. And she was a big part of that and everything. There was even a point where she like tried to infiltrate the team, and she even had like a purple jacket and a morpher and everything. But then she left because she couldn't really like fully like commit to it. So at the end of that, she's able to be reformed. He's able to heal her, bring her back to the good side, and she joins the good guys forever. Well, in Lost Galaxy, they do a cool thing where they do the team up with In Space, which is a pretty good team up, but that one sets the stage for the Pink Ranger situation that they have with Karone. So the In Space Rangers help Lost Galaxy Rangers defeat the Psychos again, but Psycho Pink is still left alive. They don't know where she's at, where she went. They don't have no idea. And so, come to find out, she's trying to find something called the Savage Sword that she's going to use to sap away the morphing energy from In Space Pink and use it for herself to make herself stronger and to hopefully kill In Space Pink. And so, Cassie stays on longer to help out, and her and Kendricks are fighting together and stuff like that. And Psycho Pink is able to be successful at it. She's able to actually screw up Cassie's morpher and gain some of her energy and nearly destroy her. But not before Karone is able to jump in to help. And not before that, Kendricks gets destroyed. This is the first time in the series history we see a Ranger not drained of their powers, not mind wiped or something like that, gone. Yes, she gets revived later, but it's legitimate. She's destroyed. And her spirit comes to Karone and says, you were trying to be heroic. You are a good person. You've come from, you have reformed. You were evil at one point as Astronema, but you're a good person now. I bestow upon you the powers of the Pink Lost Galaxy Ranger. Gives her the morpher and the Galaxy Saber, whatever they're called, and lets her transform. And we get Karone as a full Ranger, as a Pink Ranger on Lost Galaxy team until near the very end. Now, of course, behind the scenes, this was done, if you don't know, because the lady who played Kendrix actually came down with, I want to say she was diagnosed with some form of leukemia or something, and wasn't sure she was going to make it. And she, of course, was able to make the turn towards the positive and, was able to recover, and that's why she shows up near the end of it, But it was really cool, especially it being a Pink Ranger-centric type episode and it being a follow-up from the previous team-up episode and having to do with the previous team as well was really cool. That, seeing like the death of a beloved character, Kendrix at that point had a lot of character development, was a part of this Ranger family, if you will, and then she's just taken out, just completely destroyed. So I really enjoy that. That's one of my favorite moments. Runner-up moments, definitely, like I said before, Trakeena's entire arc with Deviat, learning how to be a better warrior and honestly learning how to be more honorable. He definitely struck me as more of a morally gray type villain that really wanted to see her be a better fighter, but didn't necessarily want to see her have to follow in the footsteps of her father and be evil, to the point where he's very upset by the fact that she eventually turns completely evil. I'm pretty sure it's Deviat. I'm pretty sure that's the one that helps her. Or maybe Deviat's the one that tries to screw things up. But she has essentially one of the villain monsters on their side that ends up training her to be a better fighter, so she can feel like she's stronger and that she can, actually live up to her father Scorpius's expectations of her and all of that. And it's really cool. It's a really good arc. I really enjoy that. And honestly, most of Mike's arc, once he comes back into it, at the beginning of it, it looks as though he's going to be Lost Galaxy Red, and then he falls into a cavern, gives the sword to Leo, and, the rest is history, right? He comes back into it, and Leo's thinking he's going to give the sword back, he's not going to get to be a ranger anymore, and blah, blah, blah. And they come to a good understanding, and Mike is essentially like, hey, I understand, where you're coming from, I don't want to take this from you, you are a good leader, I'm not going to do that. And he has an arc with Magna Defender, because Magna Defender had been helping them here and there, but it was using part of like Mike's body and spirit to like be a thing. And so the spirit of Magna Defender gives him it's essentially a black aura changer from fucking Die Ranger to transform, and he gets to morph on his own whenever he wants. He's in full control into Magna Defender and join the team fully. And it's really cool. And to see the character progression from him being just Leo's brother to the possible Red, to not being Red, to being their sixth is a really cool little arc there, and I really enjoy it. So, overall, I actually really love Lost Galaxy. It has a kick-ass theme song, great characters, great suits, overall a fantastic season. But what did you guys think of Lost Galaxy? Did you love it? Did you hate it? Were you in the middle? What were your own most like badass moments personally? Let me know in the comments. I love to see it. Love to see the discussions go and you guys talking about things. It makes me very happy to see those things happening. But as far as content for the week, I do have my Geats 47 review up, alongside more of these most badass moments videos. If you're watching this playlist, you already know. As far as content, also with the Henshins and Homies podcast today, as of recording on Friday at 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We will be having an awesome YouTuber group known as Out of Space Reviews. They're an Australia-based TokuTuber group who review toys and the shows and a bunch of different stuff. And that's why we're recording later, because time zones are different, so it'll be a little better for them to record at that time. Anyway, we'll have them on the show to discuss our topic of Geats, Build, and Double Oh My, the wonders of double gimmick rider items, or riders in general. Just the mix and match thing, like with how Geats does things, Double does it, Build does it. And then our secondary topic, which is our favorite double rider gimmick suits, their favorite combination suits that they have. So yeah, definitely tune in for that. We're really excited to have them on, have somebody a little different on that we don't normally have on, and extend out the invitation to, in our connected little, friend group, sharpen the bonds, strengthen the bonds, as it were, like Don Momotaro says. So yeah, so definitely check that out. I should be able to put out the last few of the most badass moments videos in the next few days. I'm trying not to put out 2 at a time. I'm trying to put out like one a day maybe. But thank you guys so much for the support on that. Been getting great traction on that. I'm really happy about that. Thank you guys so much. But until next time, stay hooked on heroes. I'll talk to you later, and may the power protect you. Bye-bye. Happy 30th anniversary, Power Rangers!